microorganisms part 2. Under this we studied before topics from the previous lesson only. Useful bacteria are friendly bacteria which we can found in buttermilk contains bacteria called lactobacillus. So due to that only we are getting curd. Yes, we are making lukewarm milk into curd by adding some buttermilk. So in that buttermilk lactobacillus bacteria will present, due to that we are getting curd. So that is useful bacteria. Lactobacillus bacteria are useful or friendly organism, comes under friendly microorganism. And coming to the fermentation. So in bakery when yeast is added to dough for preparing bread. Yes, yeast. So what is yeast? Yeast is a natural grown sugars. Natural grown in sugar. It is actually grown in sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and crushed fruits like grapes. So yeast is grown there. So due to that yeast we are preparing doughs and bread we are preparing. So due to that we can product carbon dioxide gas during the process of fermentation. So fermentation is the process of adding yeast to batter. So due to that that carbon dioxide gas will increase. So then the bubbles of the gas fill up that dough and that batter increases its value and make the spongy nature to that. This process is called fermentation. This is our homely purpose in the smaller level, not in commercial. In home we are preparing idli batter, dosha batter and cake batter. Yes, cake dough. How we are preparing? By adding some yeast. So according to that we are adding baking soda. Yes, baking soda in that. Then only the carbon dioxide gas will form. Due to that carbon dioxide gas, the volume of the dough increases and spongy nature will come. Yes, spongy nature will come due to that. So this is in smaller level. Coming to the commercial level, beers, wines, yes, and alcohol. How they are preparing? The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. Conversion of sugar into alcohol will release carbon dioxide. So sugar reacts with alcohol. Yes, sugar reacts with alcohol or sugar reacts with yeast will release carbon dioxide. Due to that fermentation process, this is called as fermentation process. Due to that the volume of the dough increases, the spongy nature will come. And they are coming to that beer, wine and alcohol also carbon dioxide present in the, due to that only we are getting some bubbles on the top of the cool drinks. Yes, and beer bottle if we open means it will blow out sometimes. So due to the carbon dioxide present inside. So this process is called fermentation. So ethyl alcohol, by adding yeast for fermentation process we are preparing that. Sugar industry is used in the preparation of ethyl alcohol. So ethyl alcohol, how they are preparing? By adding yeast for fermentation process. So like that. So yeast is grown in natural sugars. Natural sugars present. Actually in grains natural sugars are present. In wheat also some sweetness is there. Yes, sweetness in natural grains we can observe some sweetness. Corn if we observe means it is some sweet corn. How it will be? Naturally it will be somewhat sweet. So in that natural sugars we can observe yeast grown in that. Natural sugars la yeast grown avutundi. So that yeast is a microorganism here. So due to that fermentation process, that is also useful bacteria. Okay, yeast grown which is grown in natural sugars is useful bacteria. And medicinal use of microorganisms. How we are using medicinal purpose these microorganisms? How we are using? Antibiotics we are using nowadays for so many diseases. Penicillin injections, tetracycline for malaria and TB. Yes, and this person typhoid, flague and TB. Yes, malaria. So tetracycline are for TB and flague, typhoid. This tetracycline medicine is useful and which was introduced by Dr. Yellapragada Subbaravu, which he was from our Andhra Pradesh only. And these all are antibiotics which are disease curing medicines. Bacterial diseases like typhoid, gonorrhea, TB, diarrhea, these all are diseases which were cured by some antibiotics. Those antibiotics also produced from growing specific microorganisms. Some microorganisms they are growing to prepare this. For example, smallpox vaccine. How he prepared? He collected some liquid from the person who got cowpox. Yes, then only he created. So like that, useful bacteria are useful for ప్రిపేరింగ్ యాంటీబయోటిక్స్ ఆల్సో. యాంటీబయోటిక్స్ చేయడంలో కూడా కొన్ని మైక్రో ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నుంచి చేస్తున్నారు. సో దట్స్ వై మైక్రో ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ ఆర్ ఆల్సో యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ మెడిసినల్ పర్పస్. అండ్ స్టోరీ ఆఫ్ యాంటీబయోటిక్ పెన్సిలిన్. So penicillin injection was introduced by Dr. Alexander Fleming. So Dr. Alexander Fleming was an army doctor actually. He first introduced that in the First World War time. So he released a substance from the fungus. He separated some substances from the fungus. Fungus onwards, yeah, he created that penicillin actually, Penicillium notatum. So then afterwards, he separated produced by the fungus. The substance which was produced by the fungus he named as penicillium injection, and he done that with the help of penicillin injection. With the help of that, he prepared penicillin injection. He collected the substance from the fungus actually to make that penicillin injection. So he got Nobel Prize in the year of 1945 for that penicillin injection. So next one about Dr. Yellapragada Subbarao, I already told you. He introduced typhoid, plague and tuberculosis medicine. Tetracycline introduced at that time. Tetracycline or aromycin. Aromycin we can call that medicine. TB medicine introduced Dr. Yellapragada Subbarao. He was actually born in the West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh state. So and what is vaccine? Vaccine. About vaccine also we have discussed. So many years back we are not having any vaccines at that time. So lot of people got that polio disease. Yes, they due to the cause of the polio they lost their legs and they cannot able to walk, some people. Now also they are alive like that, handicapped, physically handicapped. How they will become like that? Due to that polio. So for that the person first discovered, Jonas Salk discovered vaccine for polio in 1952, and he wanted to distribute it freely to everyone. So freely to everyone. So he never patented his polio vaccine. So he never patented his polio. Dr. Albert Sabin discovered oral polio vaccine in 1957. Albert Sabin introduced oral polio vaccine. Whatever the drops we are using nowadays, that is oral polio vaccine. So that was introduced by Albert Sabin. Dr. Albert Sabin. First discovered the person Jonas Salk, then Albert Sabin. These two people discovered the polio medicine actually. So next, what is vaccine actually? What is the definition of vaccine? So actually whenever the disease causing microorganism enter into our body will get some antibodies to fight against that disease. To fight against that disease in our body, some defenders to fight against those microorganisms inside of our body, some antibodies are present to fight against that. Okay, whenever a disease causing microorganisms enter our body, the body produces some defenders to fight against them. So those antibodies fight with that microorganisms and they will throw out that disease causing microorganisms will die at that time in that fighting. So they will do that fighting. Those are defenders we are calling, or else antibodies. So in our body actually antibodies are existing to fight against the disease causing microorganisms. When a vaccine is given, contains weak and dead microorganisms in our body. So vaccine means weak and dead microorganisms to our body. They will inject weak and dead microorganisms into our body. So when the disease causing microorganisms will enter, they will taking place action like antibodies. They will activate that time. Dead and weak microorganisms డిసీజ్ కాజింగ్ మైక్రో ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ బాడీలోకి ఎంటర్ అవ్వంగానే అవి యాంటీబాడీస్ లాగా మారిపోతాయి నాన్న. డెడ్ అండ్ వీక్ ఓన్లీ ఫస్ట్ బేసికలీ ఇన్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ బాడీ నార్మల్ గా. సో దెన్ అవి ఎంటర్ అయిన వెంటనే అవి యాక్టివ్ అయిపోయి దే ఫైట్ అగైన్స్ ద డిసీజ్ కాజింగ్ మైక్రో ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ అండ్ దెన్ దట్ వీ కెన్ prevent from that, we can able to prevent from that like that. So like that we can prevent that diseases. So these are called vaccines. The weakened and dead disease causing microorganisms which are injected into our body are called vaccines. So dead and disease causing microorganisms we are using as antibodies. Like vaccines we are taking. This process is called as vaccination. Yes, polio is given in the form of oral drops which prevents polio in children. While many vaccines are injected to prevent smallpox, chickenpox, hepatitis, tuberculosis. In childhood only we are taking so many now vaccines. So for the purpose of preventing future diseases, we are taking in the childhood only. So we are placing the dead and disease causing microorganisms in our body previously like antibodies. And whenever the actual real disease causing organisms enter into our body, these antibodies are working at that time. They can work out. So like that. Next one is story of smallpox vaccine. About this also I told you yesterday. Dr. Edward Jenner introduced this medicine. Yes, Dr. Edward Jenner. Actually, he has taken from a 8 years old boy who developed cowpox in his body and less serious disease which did not develop as a smallpox. Okay, smallpox కింద డెవలప్ అవ్వని చిన్న కౌపాక్స్ అనే ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చిన ఒక 8 years old బాయ్ ఫ్లూయిడ్ కలెక్ట్ చేశాడు ఫ్రమ్ హిస్ హార్మ్. yes, from his hand, and then from that he developed a vaccine. yes, invention of smallpox from that boy's fluid he done. yes, and that is a very good medicine for the deadly disease smallpox. So he worked out like that. So this is about the medicinal use of microorganisms. And inside of the soil also we have so many microorganisms. Soil microorganisms, actually nitrogen in the atmosphere is 78%. That is most probably needed for the plants, but they are not getting directly that from the atmosphere. They need to take those after dissolved in water and soil. After dissolved in soil, then they will take that nutrients to that top of the plant through xylem vessels. So how they can take? First, that nitrogen should be mixed into the soil. How it is possible? Due to the soil microorganisms. Rhizobium is the bacterium which is useful for nitrogen fixation to the soil, which will absorb the nitrogen from the atmosphere and it will mixes that into the soil. Rhizobium bacterium will fix the nitrogen into the soil. Rhizobium. Please remember this. For example, pea family, plants of pea family. Example, groundnut. Groundnuts are the root noodles, yes, which carry rhizobium bacteria. And due to that bacteria, that plant root noodles of the groundnut will give shelter to this bacterium, and this bacterium will give nitrogenous compounds. Yes, nitrogen to the soil. ఆ సాయిల్ నుంచి ప్లాంట్ తీసుకుంటుంది. ప్లాంట్ దీనికి షెల్టర్ ఇస్తే ఇది దానికి ఫుడ్ ఇస్తుంది. నైట్రోజన్ విల్ గివ్స్, న్యూట్రియన్స్ ఇట్ విల్ గివ్. సో దట్స్ వై దీస్ టూ ఆర్ కంబైన్లీ కోఆపరేటింగ్ విత్ ఈచ్ అదర్ ఫర్ shelter and food. So that's why this process is called symbiosis, by sharing of life, by coordination, by cooperation. This process is called symbiosis. So this is about this lesson. And next, compost also. Without bacteria there is no decomposition of the death and decay of plants and animals. Without useful bacteria there is no life for human being, because without bacteria there is no decomposition, there is no sewage cleaning. Yes, useful bacteria are cleaning sewage, waste water, drainage water is cleaning by useful bacteria. And in the case of marine water also, some marine animals will die due to the over oil and lack of sunlight. So that oil eating bacteria is useful for eating oil and making the water fresh for marine animals. Yes, water animals. So due to that, useful bacteria are helping us. And without that bacteria, we cannot able to clean our environment by decomposition. Dead and decay will be stay like that only. Bacteria and fungus will do the decomposition, and oil-eating bacteria will eat that, and sewage water will also clean up by some bacteria. Like that, we have so many advantages from the useful bacteria. So home purpose, we can use some bacteria like lactobacillus, and inside of our intestine also we have lactobacillus bacteria, and yeast like bacteria we are using for our home appliance, home cooking purpose, and making bread and all. We are using yeast. Yes, fermentation. For fermentation, idli batter, dosha batter, those all are from yeast growing. And commercially we are using for preparing alcohol, beer, wine, like that we are using. And for medicinal purpose, yes, for decomposition, like that we have discussed about the useful bacteria till now. Up to here we have discussed about useful bacteria. So now onwards, harmful microorganisms. So what are the harmful microorganisms actually? About vaccines we have discussed now, and about viruses we have discussed in the previous lesson. What are the viruses which are interlinked between the living and non-living? Yes, why? Because outside of the body they are non-living, while they enters into the living body they will become like active, like living organism. They will become like living, and they are giving so many disadvantages, harmness to the body. Yes, for example, HIV. Outside of the body, they are dead only. They are non-living. While they enters into the body, they will become like living organism. So like that, vaccine viruses are disease-causing microorganisms. So like that, so many types of harmful microorganisms are exist in our surroundings. Yes, everywhere, in the air, in the water, in the soil, everywhere the harmful bacteria exists. For example, coronavirus, whatever we are facing a lot of problems due to that. So disease causing microorganisms, about that we are going to discuss now. So microorganisms which cause diseases are called pathogens. The microorganisms which are causing diseases are called pathogens, Nana. Pathogens. So the disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. So look, different types of pathogens are there. Once they enters into our body through air, yes, through water, and through food also they may enter. So these are the mediums to them to enter into the body. They can also be transmitted by direct contact with infected person, carried through animals or insects also. Through animals and insects, some mosquitoes also will, due to that mosquitoes also some microorganisms will spread, disease causing microorganisms, through air, through water, through food, and through direct contact, and through animals and in insects also, those will enter into the body. So according to weather change also, sometimes these coughs and colds pathogens will enter into the air. While the persons who are getting cold, they will squeeze out, means through them into the air that microorganisms enter, and they will again spread to other people, like this virus only, coronavirus. And when these air contained pathogens enters into the body of the healthy person will get cold at that time. While a person who is got that cold, whenever he squeeze, that microorganisms enters into the air, and through that air those enters into the healthy person's body, and again the healthy person will get also the cold, like that. So these type of disease which spread from infected people to healthy people are called communicable diseases. These type of diseases are called communicable diseases. The diseases which are spreading from one to other, like this coronavirus, communicable, community. So we are avoiding, what we are avoiding now? Communication we are avoiding. To avoid that disease, we are avoiding communication. Social distance we are maintaining. Yes. So for avoiding that diseases, we are maintaining social distance. Through air, through water, through food, through physical contact, this coronavirus is spreading. Due to that, we are avoiding communication. Total social distance we are maintaining now. So towels, kerchiefs. Okay, the person who is infected using towels and kerchiefs also we don't want to use because of this spreading. So through insects like houseflies and mosquitoes also, common cold, conjunctivitis, typhoid, smallpox, chickenpox, swine flu, tuberculosis. These all are through air spread అయిపోతాయి నాన్న, తొందరగా అటాక్ అవుతాయి ఇవన్నీ కూడా. So some insects and animals carry diseases causing microorganisms. Some insects and animals also carry. At that time, through that pigs also some disease will come at that time. Through pig, through pigeon. Sometimes diseases will come like that also through animals and through insects. So here these animals and insects are called vectors. Vectors. The microorganisms. Plasmodium causes malaria. The microorganism called Plasmodium causes malaria. Malaria causing microorganism is Plasmodium. Plasmodium. The female Anopheles mosquito carries Plasmodium. Female domanana. Female mosquito will carry that Plasmodium. So due to that we will get malaria. So mosquitoes are vectors for, actually mosquitoes are vectors for this disease. So what we are calling vectors? Pathogens are the microorganisms which are causing diseases. Pathogens, okay? And the diseases which are spreading through air and water and food through persons. Those are called communicable disease. Spread అయ్యే వాటిని communicable diseases అంటారు. And the spread చేయడానికి animals and insects which are cooperating, which are acting in between are called vectors. Okay, vectors. Mosquitoes, the Plasmodium mosquito microorganism which is through mosquito. So here mosquito is called malaria causing due to mosquito. So mosquito is their vector. So mosquitoes breed in stagnant water. We should be careful by not collecting water anywhere in our surroundings, including leftover waste parts. సో ఈ వేస్ట్ పార్ట్స్ అలాగే పెట్టేసి లాంగ్ టైం తర్వాత యూస్ చేస్తే డ్యూ టు దట్ దిస్ malaria chances will be there. So we need to follow some precautions to avoid this mosquito biting. So for that we need to use some natural therapy, not chemical. All out, good night, these all are chemical processes. Yes, so we need to avoid and we need to follow natural process to avoid those mosquitoes. So like nets and all we need to use. Keep clean your surroundings. Keep your surroundings very clean. Then there are no mosquitoes. Almost all drainage, all problems will not be there, means there are no mosquitoes. Or else there is a mosquito, means we need to follow natural methods. Dr. Ronald Ross is the person who invented the medicine for that malaria. He got Nobel Prize for that. Malaria vaccine is invented by Dr. Ronald Ross. Remember that name, okay? And due to the houseflies also sometimes some diseases will comes. Yes, like typhoid, cholera and diarrhea will comes due to this. And when they sit on garbage and again they will collect something from that infected and they will again on the useful food and useful persons on the body surface also they will carry some infected microorganisms. So when these flies sit again on uncovered food and again we'll eat that food, then bacteria will spread out like that and we'll get some diseases due to that. What are the diseases through mosquitoes? Typhoid, cholera and diarrhea. So like this we are getting different and so we need to maintain our surroundings very clean. We must always cover the food. Yes, we must always cover the food. And houseflies breed on garbage actually. So to control that houseflies, keeping our surroundings clean is most important. Yes, and cover your food and all properly. Don't open outside to the air for these flies. So these are in this lesson they have given these all are the diseases through mode of transmission, air, bacteria. Due to the bacteria these all are spreading. So here mode of transmission will discuss and preventive how to prevent these due to the BCG vaccine. vaccine. Actually, tuberculosis through BCG. So by birth, they will give, after giving birth of a baby, within 2 days they will give, second day of the birth they will give this vaccination on a BCG. I think you all are having one mark in your hand on the shoulder below. You have one mark, that is BCG. టీకా ఇచ్చింది మరక ఉంటది కదా మీకు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద వ్యాక్సినేషన్ BCG. సెకండ్ డే ఇస్తారు పుట్టిన తర్వాత. దట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ ఇన్ ఇండియా. అది అందరికీ ఉంటుంది ఇండియాలో. అండ్ అవాయిడ్ యూజింగ్ ఇన్ఫెక్టెడ్ పర్సన్స్ మెటీరియల్. అండ్ చికెన్ పాక్స్ వ్యాక్సినేషన్, varicella. Yes, I think you have taken in your childhood. I have consulted doctor for this vaccination for my kids. At that time I remember this name, varicella. Yes, they got this vaccine at that time, chickenpox vaccine, varicella. And MMR vaccine also. Measles for mums, 15 months, 18 months, they will give like this time period for the kids, small kids. And polio, oral polio, you know, drops up to 5 years old children, they will give vaccines, oral polio drops. Swine flu, so it is also having some vaccines. Yes, malaria, use mosquito nets and driplets. Malaria ki vaccine em ledu. We need to maintain some precautions. Cholera and typhoid. Yes, boiled drinking water is useful for cholera and typhoid. For avoiding cholera and typhoid, we need to drink boiled water. And dengue, chikungunya, these all are some diseases. Through contaminated water will get cholera. Yes, mosquito, through mosquito, dengue, you know, chikungunya also through mosquitoes. And this is virus. Some are due to the virus and some are due to the bacteria. Plasmodium is malaria microorganisms which is causing malaria. Plasmodium through female mosquito. So this is the table indicating about the some vaccines and some diseases and the mode of transmission, how those are spreading. So for getting our knowledge, so for getting us clear information, we have here. And study about table and answer following questions. So what diseases can be prevented if we control mosquitoes? Malaria, dengue, chikungunya. Which diseases can be prevented by vaccination? TB, diarrhea and swine flu, polio, chickenpox. And name the diseases which are transmitted by contaminated air. Cholera, typhoid, diarrhea and cough. Can you name some diseases which are transmitted by air? Polio, tuberculosis, chickenpox, swine flu, measles, mumps. These are through air spreading. Here they have given in this list. So from that only we can answer these questions. Okay. So these are 4 questions I will send you now. Tomorrow we'll discuss the further. Okay. Thank you for nice class with you. Tomorrow we'll meet.